Hello, my name's Eric, host of Talking with Famous People. I'm here in GoToMeeting with famous person JD and the esteemed Mega Bro. And I'm talking in this episode about dreams. Now, I've been sleeping a lot the last few days because it's what I call Sleepy Week, which is the transition period to an off medication cycle for me, which I try to do about monthly and do it for about a week. And then come back onto medication again. So this odd cycle leads to basically having, it seems like, a month's worth of dreams in a week. And I have, like this morning, I had this awful, awful dream that was about visiting with my old relatives who've all passed on. My grandmother's family, which is my grandmother was one of 8 kids, so I had a bunch of great aunts and uncles, and great aunts and uncles that were like by marriage too. So there was quite a bit of this generation when I was a child. They were all in there, I guess, probably, I don't know. My grandmother was the oldest, and Ellie-May was the youngest, and Ellie-May died a few years ago in her 90s. Most of the family lived quite long, but they're all dead now. And they were all fixtures of my childhood in the sense of Uncle Augie and Aunt Fern. They all had crazy old-fashioned names. I had Uncle Augie, I had Aunt Fern, Aunt Ellie-May, Aunt Muriel, Uncle Bob. I mean, Bob's not unusual, but Uncle Roy, and Aunt Marge, and Hazel, Aunt Hazel. Some of these are marriage, right? There were 8 kids. There was a ninth in that family who was stillborn. This is my grandmother's family I'm talking about. These are their names. My grandmother's name was Gladys. Okay, so let's review these awesome names. It occurs to me now just how awesome these names are. Hazel, Muriel, Gladys. What? Fern? That's 4 of the kids right there. Hazel, Gladys, Fern, and Muriel. Who names their kids any of those things anymore? Regardless, so they're all dead now. And they've been all dead for a while. I mean, I'm 45 and my parents didn't have me until they were 35. So, that makes it 70 years ago right there. So you can see why they're not all alive anymore. But anyway, Ellie-May died a couple years ago, and she was in her 90s. And she's an interesting woman. She was a professor at Arizona State University and a lesbian during the time when that was impermissible, So, regardless, I dreamed of these people this morning. I dreamed of several of them, and I was talking with Uncle Augie, and then the conversation in the dream turned to me asking somebody, I don't even know who, maybe myself, I'm not sure, how old is Augie again? And the answer was 86, and I thought, okay. Well, of course, he's long dead. Long, long dead. And my parents are pushing 86 themselves, so, they're in their 80s anyway. The point of it is, to me, that's representative, I guess, of the SI dream experience that I've discovered. I actually do have, most of my dreams are in that realm of SI. I dream about the past a lot. And, I wake up and I'm struck by emotions. I try to go back to sleep and I experience existential terror. I had to get up and run out of the house. I'm sorry to get emotional. So I do think that, in fact, fourth function has a lot to do with dreaming. Seems to line up with me. Thoughts? All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that somewhat difficult episode of talking with those people.